Hi, this is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. We're at the Mobile Meet Las Vegas show, and I'm at the Yamaha booth. But one thing we were talking about was subwoofers. We were looking at the different subwoofers here, and John from Yamaha was making some really interesting comments about subwoofers. And it's like, can you share those with our viewers? Because he was giving me like a little 101, 201 type level little thing with subwoofers, and I think there's a lot of great information. So John, can you tell us a little bit more? And these are general. This is general. It's not just with the Yamaha subs, but kind of take us through some of these ideas, would you?
Well, sure. Subwoofers, as a whole, work so much better if you have them all the way on the ground. If you should ever put casters on your subwoofers, be sure and remove them, or at least put them on the back of the subwoofer, so at least you can keep your subwoofer on the ground. This allows a perfect wave to be formed against the floor and the front of the cabinet, and then you have that 90-degree horn that naturally occurs when you have your subwoofer on the ground. And it doesn't matter whose subwoofer, all of them work best when they're placed in the corner or on the ground. Also, if you're at a gig and you can move something 2 or 3 feet, a lot of times you'll improve your bass response without even touching any knob on your mixer. So you might want to play with your placement just a little. Sometimes pulling things away from a wall just slightly really makes all the difference in the world.
Oh, very neat. Very neat. Now, I've heard some guys talk about putting subwoofers in a corner. Is that?
Yeah, you can. The problem or plus when you go to the corner is sometimes coverage suffers. You will sometimes find that you'll find dead spots in the room by using the corner of a room. So oftentimes you'll want to try to just use the wall, or possibly for sure just the floor. But again, sometimes pulling things out just a couple of feet makes all the difference in the world. It is the weirdest thing. But bass waves themselves can be 30, 40 feet long. So it takes a while to develop those in a room, and placement of that box becomes really more critical for that. To get you the maximum amount of output. I mean, you paid for it, it's your sub, you might as well use it, right?
Precisely, yeah. Now you're mentioning that some subs come with an inverter setting, or to invert that. What is that? And let's take a look. I'm going to take the camera and we're going to take a look at the settings here, and John's going to tell us more about it. All right, so we're looking at the back of a DSX-12. We've looked at this a couple of times, but now, John, kind of take us through, what does that polarity switch there?
This polarity inverts the polarity of the speaker. In other words, when the music calls for the woofer to be going forward, you can invert it or make it pull back. The idea is that you want your top box and your bottom box to be acoustically coupled in time properly, and sometimes inverting your polarity on your subwoofer will actually increase your bass response and improve the overall sound of your system. The easiest way to try it is to actually just get back there, flip the switch, put your favorite music on, whichever way has the strongest bass, that's the way you want to set it. And almost every model of powered subwoofer now comes with that feature, so be sure and check it out, because you can add a lot of gain to your system.
How often would a person switch that, do you?
Oh, just per gig. You know, you'd go in, you try the room you're in. You know, if you think it's a little weaker bass-wise than it usually is, just go in and flip your phase or polarity on the back of your subwoofer, and you'll know immediately whether you've made an improvement or not.
Very good. Well, thank you, John. This is a lot of great information about subwoofers.
No worries. Thank you.